So I'm not the kind of person to, I don't know, stress or try to figure out my influence or figure out my influencing power or anything like that. But this is a story and a situation to where I definitely want to try to, highlight or pay it forward. For those of you that follow me on Instagram or a little bit of Facebook, I tried to share the story, but because of the real time limit, I didn't really go into too much detail. This is something I'm going to change and make a huge impact for that, hopefully. So most of my day job, I travel around a little bit, and I work from home remotely like 90% of the time. But when I do get a chance to go out, I have to travel in and out of the city quite a bit. Well, one of those times I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I always end up taking the train. Shout out to the Amtrak people, but this is not what that's about. But I end up taking the train, and I walk a couple of blocks to my new location. The place I always walk by is called the Roast Grill. I always walk by there, never get a chance to actually go in because some of the days that I'm there, they're usually closed or I'm pressed for time, but I've never seen them open until last week. And I stopped there. As someone that grew up near High Point, there's a place called the Dog House in High Point, and my father and I used to frequent there a lot because they had the best hot dogs in town. And it was something that he grew up on, so it was always like a tradition for me. In this situation, I ended up actually having to go down to the Roast Grill, and they were open. On my way back, they were open, and I said, "Oh my God, they're actually open." I was pressed for time. I said, "Let me get a chance. Let me stop. Let me actually go check this place out." So I went and looked, and it was exactly what I thought, like the old diners, like the old style that you used to have. If you grew up somewhere in the 90s, you had this style of diner that had hot dogs and hamburgers and things like that. It just had that feel to it, and I fell in love with the place instantly. Well, I looked around and I thought, oh man, this is awesome. And I saw a sign on the wall that said, cash only. As a parent, I haven't carried cash in years. I'm kind of a tech nerd. I haven't carried cash in years unless somebody gives me change for something or a purchase that I had to, then I accidentally had it and forgot about it, But I haven't carried cash in a long time. And I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. This sucks. And I didn't have time to run to an ATM. And I said, well, maybe next time I'll come back. This is where I want to pay it forward and make sure that everybody knows that this is an awesome situation, and I wanted to project a highlight or a positivity that we have. The gentleman, the owner there, his name slips my mind at the moment. He turned around and he says, "Let me buy you a hot dog." I said, "Well, no, don't worry about it. I appreciate it. I didn't want to take advantage of your kindness." He goes, "No, you've been by here enough, and I want to make sure that you come back and visit me." So he wouldn't take no for an answer, and he made and bought me a hot dog. And it may not seem like much, it's just one hot dog, but I wanted to talk about shedding that kind of and spreading that kind of positivity out in the world today. I want to talk about just doing something randomly for one random person, and doing something, paying it forward is what he asked me to do. He said, just pay it forward. And I want to talk about in life, we get up and we get caught into our situations and our struggles and our time frames, that we don't know that one moment, that one instant that we have, and that interaction that we have with that one person can change the outcome of everything that we do, or the effect that it has on everyone else. Take the opportunity today, if you can, to do something positive for somebody else, because in all honesty, you don't know how much their life and their day they could change, or just the perspective in their life they could have. We always talk about the things we should have done when it's too late, but I want to talk about the things we can do in the now. And if you don't mind, this is why at the start of this I talked about, I don't know how much influence I have, but I want to say, please, if you get a chance, if you have a moment, go follow the Roast Grill on Instagram, on Facebook. Tell them I sent you. Pay it forward for anybody else that's in the Raleigh, North Carolina area looking for a good hot dog. and I greatly appreciate it because we can make the biggest change in the world. Take care. 24 hours better.